Western Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. I'm glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitter is our name.
Hey folks, happy Wednesday night. Welcome to On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. As always, I'm Trinity, and we're joined tonight by our co-host Matt. Hope everybody's had a good start to your week, midweek right here on Hump Day. Man, enjoying some of that beautiful weather. I tell you, guy can get used to this, but it don't mean old man winter's done with us yet.
No, we still got 2 or 3 winters to go through before everything turns around.
That's right. As always, if you've not done so, please like and share this video. Get the word out there about all things TLC Outfitters. It's the Q&A show tonight. You all got questions. Matt, I'm sure, will make up the answers. Y'all post a question. We're going to do our best to try to answer it. We're talking turkeys. We're talking coyotes. We're talking thermal night hunts. And, man, we're getting excited. Got to get out this weekend and enjoy quite a few things. We're going to be talking about that in just a few moments. We've got, finishing out thermal season this week, and then we're headed right on into youth turkey season. Got a lot of things coming up.
Yeah, I just want everybody to realize, we say we're finishing out thermal season, but really we're finishing out the first session of thermal season. It'll be coming back in, here in about 6 weeks. So after turkey season's over, and we'll be getting back at them again. So Keep that in mind. The season goes out, but it comes back in. So keep us in mind for those thermal hunts, and just follow us and see what we're doing out there after dark.
Absolutely, man. It's a lot of fun. We're joined tonight by our biggest fan. That's my mama. Says good evening. Good evening, Mama. Hope you're doing good. Justin Tinsley from Tinsley Custom Model Office with us. Hey, he had a birthday this week, didn't he? Was it this week?
I think so.
Yeah. Happy belated birthday. But I think we told you already, but happy birthday between shows. Andrew Skeens, our buddy, says, turkey gobbling their heads off around the house. Man, I cannot wait to get up there and chase after them things. I tell you, I got a bone to pick with a few of them turkeys up there. They've gave us the hiatus the past couple of years. We're gonna get after them and put one down. So pretty excited, man. This warm weather's got everything moving. I've seen a lot of turkeys. You know, we've been in travel status back and forth a little bit, and been seeing a lot of turkeys starting to show themselves.
Yeah, we've seen a few here at the house, starting to gather up a bunch of hens together. We walked over to one of the food plots a couple nights ago and jumped probably 20 hens, and we didn't see the gobbler, but when they started cackling when they were flying off, he started gobbling too. So we know there was at least one gobbler in there. And then this weekend, we're sighting in some rifles, and we had at least two over there we could hear that were getting with it. So
yeah, man,
things are turning.
Yeah. Tyler Smith says the Frogman is tuned in. I think he'd bypass turkey season to get to frog season.
I don't know. I think he likes turkey hunting pretty well. I know his daddy-in-law does. So
yeah,
Vince is turkey whisperer.
That's right. Very on Tim Fan. Hey, and some pheasant getters too. That's for sure. Tim Fan says, hopefully I'll be able to get my little girl on one. I hope so, man. I think if the weather holds out and we don't get something crazy, I think youth season is going to be pretty good. Justin Tinsley said that I told him happy birthday. Jill told him happy birthday, but you done gone and hurt his feelings, and you didn't tell him happy birthday.
Well, he's going to have to get over it because me and Jill are one.
Yeah.
We are one like this.
Yeah.
So if it comes out of her mouth, then it might as well come out of my mouth, buddy.
So what you're saying is she cleans up your messes.
We're husband and wife.
Yeah.
We started like this, but now we're like this, Justin. So just get over it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I hear you. You heard it here. So yeah, we're pretty excited, man. So let's get right into this past weekend. We got to really last minute deal. We decided on Friday, late Friday. Hey, man, it might be a good time to get our scouts. The weather was looking pretty good. And I tell you what, man, I mean, we had some wins. We had some losses. I'm sure you're going to tell us all about the losses. I'm not too interested in that.
I don't think I have to tell. I think they can tell by my reaction.
Yeah. I can tell. You want me to start the video? Where you want me to start at?
Video's good, but I mean.
Yeah. So we started out Friday. We headed out pretty late. We went and got some supper, headed out pretty late Friday. And boy, I tell you what, if you've missed out on this early season thermal hunting with us, I mean, I really hope that you kind of paid attention. You can check out all the stuff. We've made posts about the harvest, harvest that Matt's made, harvest that we've made. I mean, we have been in coyotes every time we've been out. And when I say in them, I mean right in them. And this weekend wasn't any different. I really wish people would take advantage of what we have to offer with these thermal night hunts, man. I mean, it is unbelievable nonstop action.
Yeah, no, and it's for those people that kind of get antsy and can't sit still. You're out there at night, so automatically, you're people like me. I'm up past my bedtime. So I get tired easy, but, I know that if I can make it through that 20 or 30 minute stand, I'm going to get up and be active again. I'm going to the next place. And I sit there for 20 or 30 minutes, and you start getting antsy, you get up and go to the next place. And, fortunately, we've been pretty lucky. We've had enough action that you don't get too tired. I mean, Friday night, we were out till 4 o'clock Friday night into Saturday morning till about 4 o'clock. That's hard on me the next day, I'll just tell you. But it's exciting while you're out there.
That's right. Let's get right into this video. This was Friday night, first stand, right out of the bat. And I have to tell you, man, you're the setup guy. I mean, really, really focus and honed in on these setups. And I really think that's a big part of our success with what we're doing. not only being able to have these rich thermal optics that we're looking through, these high definition. In this video, man, this video, we pulled this video off the phone. It isn't directly off the scope. With these scopes, you can video on the scope, you can video on your phone. There's so many different options. And even as high quality as this video is, on the scope is even 10 times better. But let's take a look at this video and then we can kind of talk about it. I've got the sound off. I'm gonna let you kind of give a play-by-play of what's going on and what's happening, the setup and all that. You're gonna have some time. Talks about 3 minutes, so you got some time to talk.
So we head out to a farm and we hunt, and as you can see, you got some cattle out there. But the way this sets up is this is kind of a big bowl. It's got a pond out in the middle of it, but a big bowl. So we were actually setting up high on the top of the bowl, if you will, and there's a dried up pond up there. So me and Trendy, we set up on the bank, got us a little bit more elevation to where we could see down in there. And there's just this whole bowl is covered by hardwoods and cedars, and got little cedar hollers that run up in it. And of course, you got these cattle, which you hear me talk all the time about how cattle offer food source for especially turkeys, but these coyotes as well. And so we call a little bit, and nothing's really going on, and the wind switches on us, and I'm like, man, this is probably not good, because I'm always, you always want to be real cautious about your wind when you're hunting coyotes. My opinion, they smell a lot better than a mature white-tailed deer. So always be cautious with that. But we got set up. We heard there again, we called for a little bit, didn't hear anything, didn't have anything going on. And then all of a sudden we had a group over our right shoulder answer us. And then we had this group out in front of us, sounded 300 or 400 yards away. They responded. And when that happened, I just started coyote vocals back, and that pulled them right up out of that holler, and they come up through there. And when they first popped up into the screen out there, they were about 250, 275, 250, 275 yards away. And this front dog where his crosshairs are right now, she was dead set on coming in. And the one back in the back there, he was kind of skittish. Whether it's a male or female, that dog was kind of skittish. You can see how she's kind of lagging behind there. And she throws her head up every now and then. In my opinion, she probably smelled us. But whatever it is, whether she smelled us or she just didn't like the call completely, she was a little bit skittish. But as you can tell, this one in the front, she's like, no, I'm going. You stay back if you want to. And that would eventually lead to her demise. So I'm on the binoculars, range finding binoculars, which is really neat at night, pitch black. And you can see how that dog's turned the other way already. She about to bolt. But, I'm calling out yardages. Right here is about 116. And then takes a few more steps, and I call out 109. Trinity's on the trigger. And we're just waiting for a good, clean shot without cattle in the background or the pond in the background. And so right here, I'm like, hey, 109. This might be the shot. Takes a few more steps, turns broadside. And I can't remember if I lip squeaked this one to stop, but as you can see there, after those few steps, she's probably closer to 105, 100. And her curiosity got the coyote instead of the cat there. You can see the other one, top right-hand corner of the screen, is getting with it. There was no chance of us getting a second shot on that one. So,
yeah, you can see right here in the top right-hand corner, just under the time right there, you'll be able to see just a glimpse of it right there. We couldn't find it. I mean, it was gone.
Heading out.
Yeah.
I would say it had already started moving that way before the gunshot. But once that gun went off, it knew it didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah. And there's the finished product.
Yeah, I took this picture the next morning just because, like I said, 4 o'clock when we got in that night. And, we were ready to go to bed. But took this picture the next morning, but nice, big female. I mean, over 30 pounds, probably,
Oh, yeah.
probably 32, 34 pounds there.
Yeah. Taylor Daniel says, what sounds are y'all playing for denning?
Right now, it's a little early for like a pup distress, even though that'll sometimes bring them in no matter what. But I always like to start out with some kind of coyote vocal just to let them know that you're in the area, and hopefully that'll get something to respond. If nothing's responding after 20 minutes and nothing's just snuck in on you, you're probably not in their bubble, and you could probably get up and move stands. But I always like to play a howl or some kind of yip bark or group yips or something like that, just to let those coyotes know that you're in the area. And then hopefully that'll create a challenge, maybe a challenge bark coming back from them. It just depends on, up here, I think you're going to, in central Kentucky, I think you're going to run into coyotes that have been harassed a little bit more than what you would down in eastern Kentucky. More hunters hunting these farmlands and things like that. So I think these dogs up here, they've probably heard an electronic call at some point in their life, and they're a little bit more skittish. But challenge barks, howls, yips, get them to respond, and then once they do that, you can start going into some predator or some prey distress of some sort. Just don't get real loud with your prey distress at first.
Yeah. And I tell you, man, that I think that that new call, dude, there's no denying the difference when you hear other calls and you hear that new Fox Pro.
Yeah, it's new to me, but it's not necessarily new to the market. I got an X24, and my friend Hunter, he's a lot more experienced with the calling of coyotes than I am. Of course, I've been around a few more years than Hunter has. Just a few, if you can tell by this gray right here. But I've been around a little bit longer. But as far as the actual electronic call, he's got a lot more experience with it than I do. So the call's new to me, and I hit him up, and he was able to help me download a lot more MFK calls. And so, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's exactly what we're doing, Taylor's. It's what I've got, an X24, and I run MFK sounds on it too.
I hope that answered your question, Tyler. Thanks for that question, guys. This is our question and answer show. So if y'all got questions, we're going to be talking turkey. We're going to be talking coyote hunts here, be talking thermal. So if y'all got one, let us know. Tim Fannin says, pretty cool, guys. Good job. Miss Candace said Kinsley killed her first one Sunday morning. That is awesome. That's what it's all about. Little Kinsley getting in there, killing a coyote. Way to go, Kinsley. Now, we finished out that night. We went to a couple other places. Real pretty night. I mean, even as cloudy as it was, we could still see pretty good, made moving in around and stuff pretty easy. Got some more dogs to answer, but nothing really just didn't come on in.
Well, yeah. Now, the second farm we went to Friday, had no luck. Like I said, you're there 20 or 30 minutes, nothing sneaks in. Nothing sneaks in, nothing answers back. Just get up and move. I mean, there's no reason to just blare that call all night and make those coyotes antsy, start questioning what's going on. But just get up and move to the next place. And so the third place we went Friday, we hunted it just a couple weeks ago, and we kind of got I think we were overly confident for that farm, just based on the fact that couple of weeks ago we had a lot of success calling coyotes in, and then there again, I mean, I know it's thick with coyotes over there, but we had just called to them a couple of weeks ago, and actually fired a couple shots, and came out empty-handed, and we'll give that farm a little bit more time to calm down before we go back.
Yeah. Justin Tinsley just sent me a video. I can't show it on here right now. I'm going turkey hunting with Justin Tinsley. I don't know what else to say.
Just make sure he patterns his shotgun first, Justin.
Lots and lots. Lots and lots.
You might want to get them within 20 yards. Get them closer than 20 yards.
Too close. That's too close. Too close.
22 yards is not. 22 yards is a hard shot for him.
No. Needs to be on out. On out. All right, so that brings us to our second night. Go ahead. You're dying. Just go ahead.
I done spilt the beans, bud. Second night, first of all, Saturday we was pretty well killed out. I mean, we got back in at 4 a.m. Saturday. We spent most of the day Saturday. Spent most of the day Saturday either sleeping or watching NCAA tournaments and the high school state championship on TV. But we were pretty well useless Saturday until dark rolled around. And then we got our second win for some reason. We were able to go coyote hunting. So weren't able to do anything productive during the day. But, that night we went out. And I'll tell you, man, we're in them every night. Those coyotes are so thick. But our first, we'll call it a set. But we were heading out to our set, and we walked about a third of the way to where we were going to set up. And there again, those thermal binoculars, I mean, they're the only way to go. You got to have some kind of binocular. You can't just stare through your rifle scope the whole time you're out there. I like to carry those binoculars in, scan while you're walking in just to make sure nothing's in the field. And, more times than not up here in this area, something's in the field. I mean, we get a lot of opportunities at coyotes before we even turn the collar on. And that's what happened. I mean, there was a coyote, within 100 yards, headed right for us. Of course, Trinity, he don't have his rifle chambered because we're not where we're going. Don't have a thermal scope turned on because we're not where we're going. And, we kind of got our hands full with equipment. There's a lot of equipment to pack into the woods when you're thermal hunting. And, so we scattered around there with the thing coming right at us. And finally, I got a lip squeak out and stopped him at 22 yards. And evidently we should have let him get closer or something. I'm not sure.
Too close. It was too close. I missed. It was me. Hey, listen. And then I came back the next day and took the rifle out just to make sure. I mean, it's right there. So, I pulled, I done something. It was just a high intense moment, just a plain old miss.
We made one more set, and after that, we were pretty well killed out, ready to go back to bed. So we called it an early night on Saturday night, but we had opportunity.
Yep, that's right. Justin Tinsley saying 10 gobblers that morning in one field. I'm in. Just remember, Justin, who's good to you? Who's good to you?
Justin don't even turkey hunt, does he?
Who's good to you, Justin? Right here. That's right. No, he don't turkey hunt. He hates them. That's right. And listen, it wasn't over then. So we go into Sunday, and what happens?
Well, about the time you pulled out of my driveway and pulled back into yours, I went out and did a little scanning, and there again, a lot of times they're just out there. They're out there mousing at night. They feel comfortable. They're moving around. And I just got to say, old Dad didn't miss this one. I've made my fair share of misses, don't. But Sunday night was not one of them.
Well, I'm quickly catching you. That's for sure. I'm quickly catching you. There he is. So that the one we got Friday nights to the right, if you're looking at the picture, and then that's the other one to the left. Was that a male or female?
It is a male.
Big male.
Pretty good sized male. You know, I said that one on the right there's a female, and she's over 30, probably 32. That male there, even though his hide was in bad shape, which maybe everybody's seen my post on Facebook, but completely eat up with the dog lice. I'm telling you, it was you felt sorry for the thing, really. I mean, just piles and piles of lice on that dog. But so real thin coated, but you can see there just by the size, you know, probably a 40-pound dog close to it.
Yep. 2 fawn getters out of the way.
Takes a lot of meat to keep those 2 dogs happy for a year's time.
That's right. Taylor says, I've been looking at the Rick's Leap 3. I've been running SightMart 4K night vision, trying to decide between getting a thermal scope or just a scanner so I can have a night vision to make sure it's a yoke. Man, you know, we have done a little bit with the night vision. And Matt may have a different, and there's nothing, I mean, there's night vision's great, you know, it really and truly, and I've heard people say that they'd rather have night vision than they would rather have the thermal. These Rick's thermal optics really spoil you. Once you get to look through them, once you get to hunt with them, you know, I mean, I've hunted, I've been, you know, been there with night vision, been there with the thermals. And for me, the thermals is the way to go. You know, when you're looking, I mean, it's less. Now, keep in mind, there's a huge price difference, and both ways will kill dogs. But I really like the thermal myself. That Leap 3 is a great buy as well. What do you think, Matt?
I'm not as familiar with the night vision. Maybe, you know, the only thing I've really hunted with is thermal. And, you know, TLC, of course, we run the Leap 6s and the Aurora 6 on binoculars there. But I really can't speak against night vision because I don't have that much experience with it.
Yeah.
But I do know that them Leap 6s, they're absolutely incredible.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, you know, looking at the market and stuff, the price that the Leap 6 carries compared to the quality, I mean, what I've seen and what kind of my opinion is, if you go different manufacturers and try to keep that same Leap 6 quality across through there, they're priced right.
Yeah.
Probably better right.
You're $2,000 more. You're to get the same quality in that L6 with another competitor, you're $2,000 more on top.
Yeah.
So, but
I there again, not speaking against the Leap 3, but you know, there again, the TLC runs the Leap 6 and it's incredible. So, be honest with you, I don't know what the price difference is between the 3 and the 6, but I know they've made a heck of a scope with the 6. That's for sure.
Yeah. And Taylor, if you have any questions about any of that, man, you shoot me a message and we'll talk. Send me, shoot me a message and I'll get you all the information on them leaps that you need. So,
and I'll say something else too. If you're buying a thermal to hunt with, and you don't have a range finding capability of some sort, I think you're really shooting yourself in the foot per se. That range finding, I mean, on Friday night, we were hunting a farm that I'm fairly familiar with. And when I called out the 116, when I was calling out those yardages, I really felt like in my heart that they were much further than what that rangefinder was telling us. So, especially if you're hunting coal mines, I don't know where you're hunting, Taylor, but if you're hunting, strip jobs up there and you can take some pretty long shots, you probably need to know your range. Some of these big cattle farms and stuff down here, it messes with you because I see it during the daylight, and for some reason, I figured I really felt like that shot the other night that I say was 109 or slightly inside 109. I thought it would have been closer to 200 yards.
Yeah. And that dog at 22 yards, man, when I threw up, and I looked at it, if you had not told me that was 20 yards, I would have thought.
I thought it was 70 yards. I told you, I said that dog, it should have been 70 yards.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And Taylor, this is a big thing right here. I love Leap Six. Thermals are pricey, and you have to weigh what's your greatest need. Like I said, you're killing dogs with night vision. Night vision was and is great before the thermal scene, and there's nothing wrong with that. The L3 is good. It's no different than, say, if you were going with a copperhead or something in a vortex scope versus a diamondback. There's just little things, with each one, but they're both good. And then you say a couple guys I hunt with have thermals, and we have trouble with telling the range through them as well. It's a lot easier to gauge range with night vision. I'm in Central Kentucky. That's right. That is right. Now, on those night vision or on those thermals, they've kind of got a calibration on there. It's kind of a sight picture range finding deal. It's still pretty tough. It's a guesstimate, but you can select which size game, whether you're hunting small game, middle game, bigger game. It's got lines on there that it tells you how to judge the yardage where they're at. But now night vision is a lot easier if you're out there visualizing. If you're out there and you're in a place, it's easier. That thermal kind of messes with you, like Matt said.
And listen, there's a learning curve. A big learning curve. There's a lot of buttons. If you want to use the scope to its maximum capabilities, and I'm not just saying the Ricks, but whether it's AMG, ATN, whatever scope you got, Pulsar, I don't care. Those scopes have so many gadgets and capabilities that somebody like me, who texting is still kind of, cutting edge of the future, that stuff's hard for me to understand. So, it's going to be to each his own there of what feels right. But if it's something that something you're interested in and you want to be sure, get with us. We can take you out and let you see how those things work for you before you go and take the plunge.
Yep, absolutely. And we'll talk to you all day long. Shoot us a message, give us a call. Love to talk to you back. We're all about y'all getting as many coyotes harvested as possible. So, gotta throw this up there because we're closing out this thermal talk. If y'all have a question, once again, post that question up there. We're gonna get to it right here, man. And we're running out of time. This first season, it's the 27th. Last day will be the 31st. That's this weekend. I know it's Easter weekend, and but it comes back in right after turkey season, May 16th, and that'll give us a month and a half. That's going to give us all the way to June 30th. We will be hard after. This is a great time that warm season is a great time to hunt coyotes. And it won't be like Saturday night where we were hunting in 27 and about to freeze to death. So, yeah.
It was brutal out there Saturday night.
It was, man. It was crazy. But right
Man,
there you go.
have gloves on. He was hurting.
Yeah. So we'd love to take you hunting.
Something about that May-June season there, too, especially if you're hunting the Central Kentucky there, Taylor, is that's hay cutting season. Man, you talk about an easy time to kill coyotes. You got a farmer that's cutting hay. He goes out there and cuts that hay. If you can be there that night and the next couple nights, because he's hitting a lot of mice, he's hitting snakes, he's hitting hopefully not turkey nests, but it happens. Hopefully not deer fawns, but it happens. But there's a lot of food source out there in those hay fields, and those coyotes know it. Those coyotes will follow them tractor noises. They know that those tractors are creating food for them. So,
yep, absolutely. Once again, folks, this is our question and answer show. So if y'all got a question, post it up there. We got this coming up too, man. Strut and Jake's Youth Tournament, April 5th through the 7th. Of course, youth turkey season here in Kentucky is April 6th and 7th. It's a free event. Spend a weekend with TLC Outfitters, hunting, prizes, calling contest. Man, I hope everybody gets out. We've got three turkey getters, grocery getters to give away this year. 3. Every youth participant that comes and signs up are in for those 3 grocery getters. If you don't know what a grocery getter is, you're probably watching the wrong show. 3 grocery getters of various styles and calibers. So 3 of them this year. Thanks to our sponsors, our partners. We're really excited. We're going to be having a calling contest. We're going to be giving away trophies. Bring in your harvest on Saturday. We're going to be at Ride Direct. You're going to register from 4 to 6 p.m. at Ride Direct, right there on US 23 on Old Holiday Inn Hill, 33 Branham's Court. And get you registered up. Don't cost anything. And then Saturday, our first weigh-in is going to be 11 to 1. So you can bring your harvest in. We're going to measure it up. We got a point system that we're doing. And then Sunday at 2 o'clock will be the final weigh-in. We'll be giving away trophies. We'll be having all kinds of door prizes. Just a good weekend, man. Come out and join us. Strutting Jake's Youth Tournament. We want to make it good for the kids. And usually the kids go away with an arm full of stuff. Come and see us. Right here, mark your calendars. May the 11th, the big day. This is Kentucky's Elk and Outdoor Festival at Bardstown at the Kentucky Gun Company. Patrick Hayden has rolled out the red carpet for everybody involved. You can come down there and see us. We'll have a booth set up. Over 200 gun giveaway, elk and moose hunt giveaway, Honda side-by-side, ATV giveaways, live music, food and drink trucks, vendor village, all kinds of neat stuff to see. Come on down and check us out. May the 11th, Bardstown. Come and see TLC Outfitters right there. We'll be right there talking to everybody, and you could see your name as one of the lucky 500 participants drawn for this year's Kentucky Elk Draw. To get in on all those prizes, you got to go over, you can Google search Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest. You got to buy 2 different tickets. 2 different tickets. The money's generated from this is going to youth programs all throughout the next year for Kentucky youth. So better get on it. Right there it is. Good stuff. So I know you're going to be out in the field come youth season. What kind of tips and tactics you got for us, man?
Well, get your spot set up early. Don't try to take a youth hunter into the woods and not know where you're going to go, not already have a blind set up. you know, them turkeys are pretty good at busting you. And so don't roll into the woods with an inexperienced hunter without having that already pre-planned and set up. That'd be a big thing. Be patient with your calls. You know, don't overcall. You know, I think you can throw a lot at them at one time, but not just consistent calling, you know, for the hours that you're out there. So try to get them excited or whatever. But, you know, my biggest thing is once that youth hunter says, I'm cold or I need to use the bathroom or what, you know, it's probably time to go to the house. Don't burn them out. You got 2 days this week or 2 days that youth weekend. And then, you know, look, sacrifice your adult weekend to take a kid hunting if they want to go.
That's right. That's right. That's a Vondale right there, buddy. Getting excited. I'm excited about next week's show, man. We're going to have Hunter Mains on. We're going to be talking about the Burley Company. And we're going to be getting some calling techniques. I'm definitely not the guy to be getting calling techniques from. I know enough to be dangerous. So, but, I mean, I've caught a few turkey in my time. You have too, but nothing like what Hunter can do. So he's going to be on here next week from the Burley Company, cranking out all kinds. You're going to be seeing all kinds of stuff coming up. New laser engraved pot calls. We're going to be going over that. Laser engraved strikers, custom. I mean, and these calls sound amazing. So also got a lot of diaphragm calls, locator calls. I mean, he's doing it all, and they are quality. You've seen us use these from Florida to Tennessee to Kentucky, and the Burley Company's just, I mean, they're really, really cranking out some quality stuff.
He's got a, I don't know exactly what the real word is for it, but he's got a black colored curly maple pot call. I tell you what, if you want to look like you know what you're doing, you need one of those in your vest.
Yeah. Not even talking about the hats. I mean, awesome stuff. So, yeah, very good. Man, I tell you what, I think we just about finished there. Nobody else has got a question for us. Good show tonight. What you got in closing?
Buddy, I'm a question answerer. I don't come up with the dialogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I'll come up with something catchy for next week in closing. I'll think about it all week long.
You're going to think about it all week long to have a closing. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, folks, I think that's about it for tonight's show. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Don't forget to check out all the things we got coming up. We got the youth hunt coming up. Keep us in mind. I know the early season for thermal night hunts is coming to a close this weekend. Remember, we've got that mid-May to the end of June season. Great time to get out and extend your hunting season after turkey season. Looking for a guided turkey hunt? We've got you covered. If you get in a bind or you're looking for that guided hunt for an eastern, let's get you after some of these old Appalachian easterns. Totally different than all them flatlanders down there. Y'all got them easy birds down there, man. You you'll not see me up here filming 50 birds in one field.
Not me, buddy. I would rather hunt the timber myself. You know, them big fields, them things can see too good. I squirm and I make a lot of noise, and I'm like a kid out there. I'd rather be in the timber where I could hide a little bit behind a tree or something. They get me out there on the edge of them fields. I'm pretty easy to pick off.
Yeah, I understand. Me too. Folks, we're going to call it a night. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Remember, if you want to know the creator, look at the creation. Hope y'all get to go out and enjoy this great weather and enjoy some of that creation this week. Red buds are blooming. And for those fishermen and fisher ladies out there, you know what that means. Them old white bass are making their run up the rivers, up the creeks, up the streams. So if you're into that used to be one of my dad's favorite times of years to be able to get after those white bass on the Licking River. So I know all, coming out of Dewey, different places, you go hit those creeks, streams, and rivers. Should be able to get out some white bass. Crappies biting good. Seeing a lot of big bass action out of some of these local lakes. So it's a good time to get out there and wet a hook. Take a kid fishing, and hopefully you make plans to be with us during our Strut and Jake's Youth Turkey Tournament right there, April 5th through the 7th. Ride direct. Man, mark your counters. Get out there and see us. 3 grocery getters we're going to be giving away, and lots more. Come and see us.
In closing, we talk a lot about hunting. We hardly ever talk about gathering. But you got lilac, redbud, dandelion, make all kinds of good jelly right there. And, of course, dry land fish. Morels are starting
already finding them, man. I'm seeing people on Facebook just finding them by the bagfuls.
Yep. So there you go. There's my closing statement for the week.
Don't just be a hunter, be a gatherer.
Get out there and do something.
That's right. Folks, we appreciate you so much. We'll see you next week right here on Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Have a good one.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From the